Teakster, that means we at least like you on Wednesday nights. But people that give us a lot of support and a lot of different things, we call Teaksters. And John is one of those. He's very faithful to Teague's Take. He's very faithful to our family. Um, and so um, I want to present him with something. He knows what it is. He's looking at it already, but I want to be able to sell it and show it to you guys as well. So I don't know. It probably was a couple months ago when we started talking about these.
Austin P.
Oh, here we go. There you go.
Austin P game,
What month was that, homeboy?
November,
Thank you.
week before Thanksgiving.
All right. So we were talking about. So you remember JT when we raised some money using the Green Bay cards
Yes.
that I had, and had the 31 sets of all Green Bay stuff. Well, I do have the Alabama edition done and ready. So I am going to show it. So we get this is number one. Yeah, you can see it right there. There are 10 cards in here signed. They're all Alabama rookie cards of me. You know what? As I start looking this stuff around, I think I'm not charging enough actually, because this card right here is actually pretty expensive if you go online and look for it. I got to get my fingers going backwards on this doggone screen. But I've been seeing this thing being sold for like 20 or 30 bucks without a signature on it. So that's a good one for sure. And this one with me taking the ball from Lamar is pretty expensive as well. Both of those are going pretty high. But anyway, there's nine on this section, one in the back. It's here. I really like this one as best. I just think I look really, really good in this one, right? So they're all signed. There is also this picture, which I said,
Ooh.
and this is not your normal one of this. The reason why I like this, these are specially made for me. The difference is that it has me taking the ball from him, but it has that other piece right here where my finger is. For those of y'all that are watching it on YouTube, with me high stepping into the zone. I actually sent this over to John too because this is worth. Uh, it was being sold for $100
Yep.
or so online. Also, going to throw in one of these 4x4 things. I love this picture, JT. I don't know. I just about something about all those Miami guys standing around back there in the back after I'm going to end zone and our guys are dealing. So this is like one of my favorite of all time. Um, all right. So 10 cards. So that's going to be valued over. I mean, with all the signatures on it, all done in blue ink. Um, I don't know what the value of that is, but it's well over $100
Yep.
easily. The picture, the 8x10, easily you frame it or whatever. We already said that's already going to be over $100. Then I'm going to throw in this other picture that I'm going to sign. No value on that, right? Or it's priceless.
Yep.
But this is the piece, man. Limited edition challenge coins, NFL alumni. But this one, so the one that I had done for Green Bay actually says on the backside, it said George Ice Teague. So it's kind of like collector's deal. This one says George Mr. Glue because that's
Oh, wait, there you go.
My Alabama name, my Alabama nickname, Teague. Family Scholarship Fund, right? And this is the number one edition. The coins are number two. So there are only 31 of these coins, right? Um, that we're going to have. So this is a good way. This is the 2022 edition also. So the first one was the Green Bay one, and then this one.
Sweet.
There's also the letter of authenticity. JT, we even stepped it up from the last one. Look, she put the notary on here this
Oh,
time.
nice.
So
Nice.
it's even better, right? So that's pretty cool. And you get a Consuelo Teague signature on
Sweet.
here as well. These right here are we're using these to raise money for the George Teague family uh, scholarship fund. $200. It's a gift, right? It's we're going to be worth a whole lot more than that. It's already worth more than that just getting it
Yep.
this way, and it comes directly from me. So this is all put in by me at my house, at my kitchen table. Done. It's not done in some factory or something of this nature. They're very limited. Want to get rid of the first 16 of these, hopefully pretty quick, and then we'll go from there. John, we had talked about these, and you and some of your other buddies. So you had asked who was the number one. If you like to have number one, you better claim it now.
All right, I'll claim it.
Okay, because guess who's getting number 13? No,
JT.
JT gets number 13. All right, so um, we want to say appreciate you for all the support that you give our family and things of that nature.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Much appreciated.
all right.
And I'll even give you a let's go Cowboys.
Oh, you are a good man. Yeah. All right. So, John, why don't you tell us who you are once again, what you do? Because there's a story that we're going to have to tell about. Was it this past weekend? You guys had on crawfish?
Yeah, it was on Saturday.
Yeah. So, why don't you tell us a little about this organization, what you guys got going on right now before we start talking some football?
All righty. Sure. So I guess the past 3-4 years have had the privilege of being the president of Titan, Texas, which is the North Texas chapter of the University of Alabama Alumni Association. And our primary number one goal is to promote the university and to raise money for scholarships. We have 8 scholarships that we now support. The 8th most recent one was started by some members of my family, and it will be awarded this fall for the first time. So we are extremely blessed to be able to give back to a wonderful university. And, those people that know me or my dad who could be watching will, tell you that I was like on the 15-year plan to graduate. But I, was waiting for another national championship in football, and it never came. But, well, at that point, then a bunch came with Saban. But anyway, we're just out, trying to raise money for scholarship, having a good time. And if, George, you don't mind, I have one announcement to make around that.
Do it.
Every April, we do a fundraiser to raise money for scholarships, and specifically the Ashley Harrison Memorial Scholarship. And Ashley was a student from DFW who attended the University of Alabama. And unfortunately, in April of 2011, when the tornado came through town, she lost her life in the tornado. And we started a scholarship in her name with the help of her mom and dad, who were huge supporters of ours. And so every April we do a big fundraiser. It'll be kicking off in the next week or two. So keep an eye on our website, TitanTexas.com. And we do, make a donation, and you get entered into a raffle. And this year's prize is a Jalen Waddle sign frame jersey, which
Bama jersey or Dolphins jersey?
Bama jersey.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have that. And George, I may talk to you if you would be willing to do something so we can add another prize.
No pressure on the air, huh? Just
Well, I mean,
no pressure at all.
Well, a sign ball or something. George is always great to us. Hey, I didn't pull the have a drink trick.
No, that worked on
Yeah, he definitely tried for us on Saturday.
Hey, I believe you won a blanket, but anyway,
I did.
Yeah, but anyway, so but it goes to a great cause, a great scholarship, and people have heard me say before that Ashley is kind of Titan Texas's angel. We love Ashley. I said it on Saturday, and just real quick, and I'll give it back to George and JT. She has a memorial out there in Tuscaloosa. So if anybody is ever there, reach out to us. We can tell you exactly where it is. And the first time I went out there, it started to pour down raining on us while we were out there. And I told her mom that it was Ashley was laughing her rear end off is I was trying to leave to get out of the ring because we had to climb a fence because we didn't have the code to get through the fence, and I about fell in the mud.
About Phil.
About fell, didn't fall. But anyway, we love all the support with the scholarship, and just love the fact that George allows us to come on and promote the great stuff Tide in Texas does. And we had a great crawfish boil this past weekend.
Yeah, so appreciate that. You guys go ahead and don't forget, go ahead and reach out. Check out the website, tidentexas.com. JT, pop back on in because I feel like John might have disrespected your gift a little bit, or at least Consuelo would say this. Consuelo, my wife, because he said you want a blanket. It
It,
look like a blanket.
it was indeed a quilt.
Well, you can't call a quilt a blanket. The person that put that together would be kind of upset with you that you.
Aren't they the same?
Oh God,
No, you're making it worse.
put the shovel down, John.
Yeah, that's what you need to hear. I need to find out what that SpongeBob button is over here. Like,
I don't have. Yeah, I
when
should
they
have.
say what or what was the word that it goes?
Yeah,
said
I gotta put those back on here. I haven't. I've been slacking.
No, that's okay. But anyway, so you guys had the event. I hadn't heard. JT hadn't given me the scoop. You know, he didn't even send me a picture. At least John sent me some pictures of you
I
guys.
didn't send you pictures because I didn't need to. That's what John was doing.
Okay, so well, how many pounds did you put down? I'm a crawfish dude too. I mean, what do you think you actually? You 2 pounds, 3 pounds, pound and a half?
No, I think Emily and I probably ate 6 pounds each.
Oh, I thought you. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, I guess y'all didn't have breakfast or anything, huh? Didn't the thing start at noon? Something like
Yeah,
that?
we got there probably about 12:30. Um, I mean, we were there from 12:30 to 4, so we had enough time to eat 6 pounds.
Oh, okay. All right, that's pretty good. What was the name of the place again? The
Blackfriar
restaurant?
Pub, Blackfriar Pub in Dallas.
I have to check it out. I have to check that out. Hadn't been there. Well, we can give this support because they're supporting Ty and Texas. Did he try to feed you some drinks to make you go in on this little raffle, or
Well, I mean, I
just-
was already going in on the raffle anyway, but he did throw a couple of extra drink
drink
vouchers our way. But
Okay.
yes, I went in on the raffle and I won a quilt, very nice quilt.
We won a quilt.
No, we did not.
Well, I'm proud. Did your wife know that that's just more pictures I got of her and a bunch of Alabama gear
Yes,
too?
yep, she's aware.
I'm sure she was like, "Oh gosh, he's gonna post this,"
That's exactly what she
She
said.
got a shirt.
and I am. I will not disappoint. I was just waiting for the right moment, the right time.
She
Yeah.
got a Todd in Texas T-shirt too.
She
George.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So did you get one of the nice ones? What's the name of the people that sell these right here?
The shirt shop.
Yeah.
They're the Peter Millar. We gave one away, and then JT, I will get with you, but we are getting yours ordered. I'll just need an address of where we send it to.
Okay.
That works.
Yep. I
All
can
right.
do that.
Well, okay. Well, it sounds like it was a good time. Those of y'all that missed it, like me, I forgot what I was doing. Where was I coming from?
You were
Back.
driving back from
You're out
Alabama.
of town.
Oh yeah, we were coming back from Alabama, so I missed all the crawfish. So I had to get my own fix. I had to go to another restaurant. I didn't eat 6 pounds at the restaurant, but that's a pretty good deal, man. $35 ticket for 6 pounds of crawfish plus potatoes and sausage. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The potatoes were good too. The corn was good.
And,
Sausage was
and
good.
you want a quilt, and you got some beverages. Not bad day. Not a bad day, and hopefully you guys raise some money.
We did. I did the final numbers today, and we raised roughly $1,280.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good because that's a good segue into saying that at least you did that because your bracket is awful. You ain't getting no money from the bracket. I'm talking about you, but my bracket was busted real fast. So I guess my question to be on the very first round, the round of 64. What was the most shocking loss to you guys out of that? That's a little blurry. You got them, or it could be our internet over here. I can't really see it.
No, I mean
Princeton.
it is blurry. I right now I don't know how to really fix that,
So
but I'm working on
there
it.
were some upsets that first round, right? There was the Virginia game, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
Virginia lost to.
Princeton.
Yeah, so Virginia lost to Furman. Um, Princeton beat Arizona, which was a 15-2. Furman was a 13 seed over 4 over Virginia. Princeton was a 15 seed over number 2 Arizona. And then you had Fairleigh Dickinson, number 16 over a 1 Purdue.
So of those three, which one? I mean, honestly, I know you're probably gonna say 116 or whatever, but honestly, which one do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
JT
to me, it has to be 116. Again, that's still the second time that it's ever happened in the history of the tournament. Um, I I would like to say that the Virginia Furman one was like, I guess that
You're
was
just most
shocking.
disappointed in. You're
Yes,
just
it is.
disappointed in
It
what
is the
happened.
most disappointing for me. I do know. It seemed like of all the people that I was talking to when the game was going on, I was like the only person that was apparently dumb enough to pick Virginia.
Well, you weren't the
So,
only one because I did too.
but I thought Princeton was kind of a big deal too, and that Princeton is in the Sweet 16 maybe makes it a little bit more impressive, I guess. But
I'm gonna listen to you a little bit, but you also picked Drake over Miami, so
okay, well, first of all,
I picked Drake too.
you
Drake
did.
was winning that basketball game. It wasn't like they were losing and made it close. They should have won that game.
I'm yawning. So, which one of those three, John, are you on the 116 deal, or are you
Yeah,
taking something else?
Fairleigh Dickinson. But I think, Princeton, I think, is the bigger story just because they're in the Sweet 16. And I'm not saying they're going to beat Creighton, but I think they have a chance to
I hope they beat Creighton.
be St. Peter's of last year.
JT despises
I
Creighton.
hate Creighton so much.
They were in your conference, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're
In
not
football
anymore.
too, or
but
just basketball?
No, I don't think Creighton plays football.
Okay. All right. So as soon as Arizona lost, maybe that's why that hurt me so bad because I had Arizona going to the Elite Eight.
Yes, this is your bracket here, by the way.
So that was my first um, deal. Now my Elite Eight, it's all jacked up because Marquette lost. But other than that, it's not bad. I mean, I've only lost one Final Four team, which is Duke. Had Duke making it to play Alabama in the Final Four. So I don't know. I got frustrated. You guys really realize how long that first day is? Those first 2 days of basketball.
It
is? The
really
games
is.
are like
It really is because some of them games are starting at like 9.
they're like 2 months. I mean, they're out West Coast. I
It's
got
like
it.
13 hours.
Well, and the worst thing is like it's good. It's a double edged sword, right? Because some of those games are supposed to start at like 8:40, and then somebody goes into overtime or whatever. So then the game doesn't start until 9, and it keeps getting pushed back, and then you got to get the warm up, and it gets pushed back a little bit more. But it was definitely 2 fun days of basketball.
Okay, JT, what's the name of your team?
What are you talking about? My bracket?
Your bracket name.
Probably James Teague. Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
and mine is
George Teague.
What's John's?
I don't. Can I say mine? Because
It's
mine has
Django's
foul
late
words.
picks.
It's my dog, and we were so lazy we entered the wrong league, so we have 0 picks in. But on my picks, I have 380 points right now. I just pulled it up.
That would be good
that
enough to be
was
tied
cool.
for 15th.
Yeah,
But see, I hadn't even been looking at that. I've been kind of looking at who has the max left.
Yeah, don't look at the
So
max
where I
that
can
because that
get
can
to it.
disappear. As soon as Arizona loses.
I know, and that's why I'm saying I need because I can jump back up in the top 10. I know I ain't gonna win, but I need to get up.
I think I got one Final Four team, Alabama. So
That's it. Who is it?
wait,
Yikes!
do I have one? Wait, no, I got 2. I got Bama, Houston,
Who are your
Purdue, and
other two?
Kansas. Purdue and Kansas.
I think.
You should stop.
Oh,
Picking
I
Kansas.
guess I only have. I guess I only have 2 Final Fours left. This is Houston and Alabama because Marquette and Kansas are gone.
No, that hurt y'all bad then.
I got Bama winning. Homer.
No, that's a good pick.
Yeah,
But it
so
is being a homer, but that is a pretty good pick.
I
Okay,
I
so how do
only
y'all feel
made
about
I only made 2 brackets this year. I made one on ESPN, and then somebody invited me to one on CBS. So instead of like copying, it was like 3 days later. So I made
pick all
another
the
one.
underdogs?
Huh?
Did you do like some of these people and pick all the underdogs in that first
No,
round?
no, I still tried to like
Get it.
go with my gut, but some of some of the ones that I waffled on, I picked differently.
You can put that back in there if you want to, because you want to scratch it up. Okay, so what do y'all think about this Bama game? So this is the one that really worries me the most coming up. This game right here.
Really?
I think it's a pretty good basketball team they're going to be playing. San Diego State. They, from all the research and talk and all this kind of stuff, that's why I had them going as far as I got them going. Which I think I have that lined up. Are you guys lined up the same way?
Yes.
No.
Well, mine
I don't
is at
think
least.
I am. No, I had.
Now, I know they got Alabama as an 85% chance of winning or something of that nature.
Yep, 84.7 for those who cannot see my screen.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, I'm fine with it. Being a Bama fan, I just don't. Are we playing good enough right now? Y'all still feeling pretty good about this?
I think that's a fair question. I mean, the thing that I do like about this Alabama team right now is that they can have their best players not playing all that well and still beat people. They can shoot pretty poorly from 3 and still beat people.
And you're saying that. You go ahead and say the word because you're thinking just like me. That's because Alabama actually has a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they do. Their defense is
We were number 3 or something for a while
pretty
Yeah.
good.
in the nation.
They're
Is that
top
right?
10, I know.
I mean, where in the past when we had those, when we were trying to make all those threes, our defense wasn't that good either. So at least now we can shoot ourselves into the game.
Yeah, I mean, because look, that Maryland game was probably some of the worst basketball I've watched just collectively. Actually, I will say it is the second worst game that I've watched as far as shooting the basketball.
Hey, John, let me tell you how this works. If you want to say something, you better just jump in, or you just be sitting over there quiet.
Well, no, I'm just listening.
The
'cause I
first
have
worst
a
was actually the Drake
thought.
game. That was rough basketball to watch. Both of those games. So I don't know. We can chalk that up to defense or we can chalk that up to poor shooting. But all I know is it was a very long time before I saw made baskets in either one of those games.
Yeah.
Well,
Maryland went, 7.5 minutes without a field goal?
Yeah.
And we went 4 or 5 because there was probably a good 6 minutes of game clock that score stayed the same.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we're in a good spot. What concerns me a little bit is, I mean, I think we'll know the first 5 minutes of the game Friday. Is
It's Friday.
it's Friday,
Is it? I thought it was
5:30.
Thursday.
I thought it was Thursday
No,
too.
we're Friday 5:30.
I don't.
We're Friday,
Yeah,
Sunday.
I guess. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
that's
3:24. It's
Yeah.
not tomorrow.
Um, what scares me a little bit is they announced today that Brian Hogskin, who's our top assistant, accepted the Arkansas State job. And I have a little bit of a problem with that. Not him getting the job, he deserves the opportunity.
Thanks for clarifying.
But I have a problem with accepting it 2 days before a Sweet 16 game.
What are you supposed to do?
Well, let
People
me,
offer you a job, be like, hold on.
yeah, but hold on, let me explain why. Their athletic director who hired him is Jeff Purinton, who was at Alabama and left last year to take the Arky State job. And when he was at Alabama the last few years, he was the associate athletic director who oversaw the basketball program. He knows him. He knows what he could do. In my opinion, he could have waited 2 weeks before he started talking to this guy and pulling him away. Now we have a coach who's thinking about recruiting, staff building, all that. Not saying Hodgson's not going to be all in, but I think, and you can speak to this better than I can, George, but as a coach, how much time does it take to do all that and still do your job? And is there enough time in the day to do it?
No, definitely not. Especially doing this. You got one day in between. You can't. It's too hard to try to make phone calls, send out fake DMs, tweets, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I feel like these coaches probably accept these jobs early anyway. They just didn't have to tell anybody. He could have.
let them know I'm coming. Hey, we're good. We've already agreed to the terms, and just don't say anything. But I don't want to announce it till I'm out.
Yeah.
Or till we're finished
Yeah.
playing.
I mean, but just with Purinton having been there, knowing him, you would think there could have been a little bit of courtesy of, hey, we're doing this, but let's
When is
wait
the
till we're
hotbed
done.
of recruiting for basketball? Is it now? I don't really know the whole hotbed of the time.
They have early signings, so usually it's in the fall, and then late signing is May.
Yeah, it's May. So it's
Yeah.
still February. It's still
Yeah.
February date. The February.
There's no February signing for basketball.
Yeah, it's
November
apparently
or May?
according to this quick Google search I just did. Their early period is November 9th through the 16th of that was last year, and then the regular period is April 12th through May 17th.
Yeah. And I think the only thing that maybe is coming up in the next week is the McDonald's All-American game. But I think those kids are already all committed and probably early signees at that.
Are they going to Arkansas State anyway?
No,
No, not those guys.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, depending on their NIL.
So you just think it's kind of shady, but think about the Rick Pitino. Or is that his name?
Yep,
Yeah.
Rick Pitino dipped out. Shoot, the
I mean,
Fairleigh
they lost
the Fairleigh
one day,
Dickinson
and
dude.
he was gone the next day. It's
So
not
was
like
the
they
Fairleigh
already had to
Dickinson
go.
dude. As soon as Rick Pitino was gone, he was.
Yeah.
I'm going to Iona. He was gone. I was like, how are they even talking to these people that fast?
Well, I mean, Patino was St. John's
That
number
coin's pretty
one.
sweet, ain't it? That
It
coin's
is.
pretty
This
sweet,
coin
ain't
is
it?
awesome. But no, Patino was St. John's. I mean, St. John's was kind of like Mal Moore was back in 07, Nick Saban or bust. They were Rick Pitino or bust. You know, and they needed that, having grown up in New York City in the heyday of St. John's basketball in the early 80s when they went to the Final Four and got utterly destroyed by, I think it was Georgetown. But at the end of the day, they need that to build life in that program because New York City, I mean, it's a hotbed. If you can get them and keep them eligible, it is a hotbed for college basketball.
Okay, I want to switch real fast because you're here, and I know you guys both got some connects over there in Tuscaloosa. What are we saying about our quarterback? Who's going to win this quarterback deal for Bama? Ooh, y'all getting quiet now, boy. Look at y'all.
I
What's wrong with
think
y'all?
I think that Ty Simpson's gonna win it. I have,
Agree.
but I have no connects in Alabama. I just,
Based upon the way Milrow played last year, is that
yeah,
what
I
you
just
said?
have my eyes, and I guess we'll see in spring. But I was not impressed with Milrow's throwing ability last year.
No.
Well, breaking news, by the way. Me and Consuelo are going to make it to the A Day game. I didn't think we were going to go, but we're going.
I thought you were gonna tell me something like one of them transferred or something. And I was like, man, he just
Well,
set us up.
yeah. Well, I don't know about this quarterback deal. I don't. I think I'm with you, JT, on that. I just think I don't know. Unless a whole lot changed from what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, and it could, right? I mean, you get a whole off season, and you're working with the ones all year instead of working with the twos, and you got a new group of receivers anyway who are gonna be the ones. So I don't know. They're
Thanks for being the light, JT. Thanks for being the light on
Yeah.
this one.
I I agree with Simpson, and I thought something Saban said. I was yesterday, the day before, that he, and I'm paraphrasing, but he, said the key to this offense obviously would be the quarterback. But he was very pleased and upbeat of the surrounding cast, the skill players, the offensive line. I read an article yesterday that said, potentially neither one of them has to be Bryce Young or Tua, because we may have some extremely good skill players to get the ball in the hands of. And it's going to be really who can get the ball in their hands in stride, where it needs to be. And after seeing Milrow throw, I just don't think it's Milrow. But again, he could get better. And hey, you know what? Whoever wins the job, I think
He just
they
needs to
make
move
one
to
another
tailback.
better.
He needs to move to tailback. Just call it a day. Just
No,
call
I
it a
mean,
day.
think about it. If Milrow learns how to throw
Throw some halfback passes.
and those legs that he has, he
hey,
could be
look,
dangerous.
I
Whoa,
just
whoa.
I don't know how to coach quarterbacks, but I feel like if Blake Sims can get back there and all of a sudden start throwing pretty deep balls, Jalen Milrow can figure out how to throw a little bit. So
True.
It wasn't a deep ball. It was a slant that he was missing.
yeah,
It was going
well,
on their feet all the time. Anyway, let's talk to him. We do wish him the best. All right. So, John, I know you're not necessarily a Cowboys fan, but are you kind of watching what the Cowboys are doing during this
I
free agency period?
I have
A
been,
little bit.
and yeah, a little bit, and I think they've improved themselves on both sides of the ball, which
which is
I'm a little
exactly
sad
the
to
opposite of
say.
what I said last year.
That's right. So let me do it this way. Let me pose a question to both of you guys this way. If you had to give them a grade on their free agency period up to this point, how are you grading them? A, B, C, D,
B
F.
plus, B plus.
I'm gonna go A minus. They got they got a uh, they got a good corner. He's a former All Pro. He played on a very bad team last year, but he was like one of the only bright spots in that on that team all last year.
And he intercepted Dak.
Huh?
And he intercepted Dak.
Yes.
Or Dak threw it right to him, whatever.
These are the facts. And there's a as John Machota put it, he is either the best second corner on a team, or if he's the best corner, if you want to make the argument that he's still the best corner on the Cowboys right now, then that means Trayvon Diggs is the best second corner on the team. And then at that point, if you're having that argument, it doesn't really matter who the best second corner is. That means you got two pretty good corners.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you re-signed your safety and Donovan Wilson. So I think
That was a big one. That was a big one for me. They got him kind of cheap.
well, I mean, and
compared to
they got
people,
Stephen
I think,
Gilmore or Stephon Gilmore pretty cheap. And they got Brandon Cooks pretty cheap, I thought.
I know. And reworked his deal after they got him and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're doing some magic over here. I'm kind of curious to see or to really know what these conversations have been, that they're being this aggressive. Is it really just Jerry Jones and his age saying, all right, I haven't tried it long enough, and is he listening to Stephen Jones?
Yeah, so I mean, I think you've papered over. You started the offseason with obvious needs that you needed in the draft. And now I think they're at a point where you can
They
have
go get best available.
you can actually have some healthy debate on like what do you need most at pick 26, and it might be quite literally best available.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. Still, I mean, I know they're working the deal with the veterans. Lowe's, what's the one they lost? The left guard.
McGovern,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I
mean,
think-
he's okay. Yeah, but he was a starter though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got to
But I mean,
replace him.
But I think they
And they got
signed.
Tyron Smith.
Yeah. And they signed Chuma Edoga, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him though. I just saw it today. I don't even know. But they said he's still probably a 6th or 7th guy. Right? I don't know. Maybe he's depth.
Did they pick up Ronald
Well, you
Jones? They did.
Did
Yeah,
pick
they
up
picked
Ronald
up Ronald
Jones
Jones
as a
today or
running back.
yesterday.
Yep, 1-year deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that last year I said they were demonstrably worse as a team after free agency, and I think it is quite the opposite this year. I think they are demonstrably better.
So, would you put Ronald Jones? How do you? All right, this is sticky now. In their quality, who's better, Ronald Jones or Zeke?
Zeke.
Okay,
But when you factor the amount they're being paid,
I'll tell you, no,
Who's
yeah,
the
I
better
didn't want
value?
to go with them. Oh well, obviously you know what that is. You can't pay Zeke
Ronald
15
Jones
Yeah,
is the
I mean-
better value.
Yeah, if you're
What
gonna
was
give me
his-
the
what
same
was
money
his
for
deal?
both of them, give me Zeke.
What was his? What did I don't even? Did they ever put out Ronald Jones' number? 2 million, 3 million?
Let me see if I can
Oh,
find
it's
it.
like 1.5, 1.7. Hold on.
I mean,
Where is he?
Ronald Jones, 1 year, 1.2.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta take that deal.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
you are
that's
gonna-
a no brainer.
he's a viable backup.
Mhm.
He was really good a couple years ago, man. I don't know what happened. I mean, he was like a stud at Tampa. Then Fournette came in and he just kind of fell off.
Well, and then didn't he go to the Chiefs, or was he at the Chiefs? Or
He went to the Chiefs last year, and
He was like
yeah,
the
and then they
fifth
just didn't need him because they had
Play.
Pacheco.
yeah, I mean, Clyde's there. What's his name? Hilaire or whatever.
Yep.
He about to get gone. I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole different topic. So I think they've done pretty good too. I'm kind of more on the side of JT too, because I think them letting go of some pieces, actually doing what they needed to do for the salary cap to go ahead and releasing Zeke. I do feel like that they gave him a deal. I don't think I talked about this on Teague's take, but the conversation I had with Jimmy Johnson when he asked me to take a pay cut. Have I told you this, JT?
Yeah. Yep. You've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking they gave him kind of some of the same stuff. That hey man, go on out there and see what you can get.
Did you know
And
that?
you don't like him, come on back.
Did you know that Ronald Jones is from McKinney?
Did not know that. School to go to.
McKinney North.
North, yeah.
Guess that's probably want to come back home too. But Zeke, they did that. I'm really shocked that I'm sure the Cowboys probably offered Dalton Schultz the same type of money to stay, but he left and for less money on a 1 year deal. Maybe he's betting on himself.
Maybe. Yeah, look, I don't know. Maybe he had a conversation with McCarthy, and McCarthy told him what was up with the offense, and it was like, "Look, man, we are not this
We
whole
don't,
you
we
leading
don't
the
do
team
it, but
in receptions and such. Like that's not a thing anymore. You're gonna have to block now, son."
guess we go run the ball. I don't know. He just wasn't a getaway. He wasn't going to break tackles and get gone.
Apparently, he wasn't. He also wasn't going to stay in bounds in critical moments at the end of the game either.
He didn't know the rules. He didn't know the rules. Yeah, he was chilling. He was on his way out. I think he was ready to go. But the 1 year, $9 million to Houston. They don't even have a quarterback yet, do
Uh,
they?
no.
There's still somebody they got to. They're in the draft hunt. Oh, either C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
Yeah,
Right.
whoever the Panthers don't take.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the Cowboys do. I think. I mean, they signed Van Der Esch back. Uh, we're still going to have. How many years did Barr sign? Is he still here, or is he on a one
I
year
think
deal?
Barr is still here. They like because they just signed him at the end of the year, right? Or
Yeah, I didn't know. He came in late. I just didn't know if it was just a one season deal, or if they had a 2 year or something. But Micah, uh, uh, I mean, they got a good linebacker crew that kept the secondary kind of intact. I
mm-hmm.
mean, defense is going to be looking good. I think they're still going to focus on that. It's just really how they're going to build the offense. They already got Brandon Cooks, like you said. I mean, it's just they're in a good position to do something. Hopefully, Gallup shows up like he's supposed to, and they can go get some offensive linemen. I bet that's what they're going to do. I mean, the way McCarthy's talked about wanting to run the ball, I think he's going to go try to find a couple more dogs up front to block.
So you think that's going to be the case, even if they got I don't know. Let's just for
Bijan.
yeah, let's just for S and G's say Bijan's there at 26 or Jackson Smith and Jigba's there at 26. You think they're going to be like, nah, O line?
Hey, not Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones ain't thinking about which one of them going to sell jerseys.
Or Jameer Gibbs.
Is
Yeah,
Jameer fall that low?
who
Might
Jameer?
Jameer going to be that late?
I
Is
think
he
Jameer is
not
going to be
next
there
season?
well into the third round. I don't think anybody's actually talking about him.
You think so? I was thinking beginning of the second, somebody take reach, go get him.
Yeah.
It's too fast, man. 4.3 or 4.2. What are you? The combine on laser. It's good out of the backfield. I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
think
he ran a
somebody's going.
4.36. They
He's
gave
rolling.
him a 6.37 grade, which puts him at the will eventually be plus starter, whatever that means.
Beat somebody out late. That's someone get hurt. They don't like
Yeah.
being Pacheco. When Pacheco or whatever his name is, when did he get drafted? Then he ends up
I don't
starting
think
for
Pacheco was drafted.
yeah. You know, these guys get in the league and just start taking over. What about Pittsburgh Steelers? They do anything? I ain't heard anything.
Haven't heard anything. Probably not. They're cheap.
Well, you already got your quarterback.
Yeah, we got
You got a running
Kenny.
back.
We got Najee.
You even had a wide receiver, a young wide receiver. There's another Pickett or something, wasn't it? Pickett to Pickett or Pickett to
Hold on.
wasn't it Pickett to Pickett or Pickett, the Prickett, or something.
Let's see. They signed a
Wide receiver.
guard, Isaac
We have George
Siamalu.
Pickens.
Pickens.
They got a linebacker and Elandon Roberts. They got Cole Holcomb, Larry Ogunjobi. They picked up DeMonte KZ. Oh, I guess they didn't pick him up. They re-signed him.
Oh.
Oh, and they have Patrick
He
Peterson
didn't
now.
make it here. Oh, they did. Patrick Peterson went to the Steelers?
He did.
Wow. Okay.
According to CBS Sportsline, their NFL people gave Steelers, let's
You
see.
still going down. You down in the D range.
No, it's alphabetical.
Oh, is alphabetical? I just saw A, B, C,
Yeah,
D.
no, it's alphabetical here. All right.
Well, keep going. If you hold
Steelers,
it.
B plus.
So what they have A? What they got the Cowboys at?
A.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
look,
you got
fellas.
B plus.
I think
Speaking of free agency, what do y'all think? Does Aaron Rodgers end up with the Jets?
yes.
Yes. And what?
Win.
Yeah, when and what does Green Bay fleece the Jets for compensation wise?
Huh? If I was
the Jets are gonna wait.
hold on, let me see what the Jets draft picks are.
Late.
They have 2 second rounders because they made a trade today. They dumped a disgruntled receiver for a second round pick. So that they now have 2 second round picks.
So they've got 13 overall. They've got 42 and 43 overall. I don't know if I was
You gonna give up the 13 for Aaron Rodgers?
if I were the Packers, I would say you got to give me all those. 13, 42, 43. You don't like it, then Aaron can sit on the bench and he can just not play.
That's what you're gonna say until you till your cap guy comes in and says, "So we about to put this $50 million hit on the bench. You must be out your mind. You got to go." Yeah, you better play that boy. You gotta earn this money. Shoot.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to get a first rounder for him.
But if Rodgers goes to the Jets, I've seen a lot of people say they instantly become contenders. And thinking about Buffalo, Miami in that division, do they really become contenders?
Yes,
Yeah, they can beat Miami for sure.
they were in it on the other games. Their defense, they were never getting blown out by Buffalo, or right? Weren't they kind of in it? And just
Yeah, let me look at the Jets schedule.
say again, Jason. No, they didn't have
Yeah.
nobody. Well, they lost Brees Hall, or what his name was, and then Zach Wilson.
Okay, so they went 7-10. They lost to Buffalo by 8. I actually beat Buffalo once, and then they lost the second time.
Probably after Brees was gone.
And they split with Miami. They beat the brakes off Miami the first time. Shoot, and I mean, this is
Because their defense probably scored 40 points.
yeah. Because I mean, they started the year with Joe Flacco, apparently, and then Zach Wilson played
2 games. 1 game.
well. I mean, I'm just looking. I'm looking at the highest the passer with the most yards in that stretch, and he was the guy for a while.
Bubble screens.
So I mean,
But I think they become contenders. I do. I think. I mean, two is still kind of a question mark. You don't know.
So their crossover schedule's the NFC East. So they play at Dallas and at the Giants, and Philly and Washington at home.
well, just based on the Cowboys' history, if they got to come to Dallas, Aaron Rodgers is just gonna win because that's what he does when he comes to Dallas. Doesn't matter who he's playing for.
JT's not going to the game. Do you want to? You want his
Yeah,
ticket? When we
can
go
I
Hey,
go to the game?
you got to remember that I have a wife who works for the Cowboys now. I can go to any game I want to.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Say it loud. Man, his wife works for the Cowboys, and she came to a Alabama fundraiser. Man, it's a great day to be a Teague daddy. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, all right, fellas, man, let's go ahead and get out of here because I still got some more pickles to eat, and I hadn't even had a I hadn't had any of my sweet tea in here today, Jason.
Hey, Jason, can we get 2 orange teas?
Orange teas.
Orange tea.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, let's call it a day. Hey, y'all be on the lookout for these uh George Teague family and
These are really
friends.
cool. Need to get
Yeah,
one.
we need to. I'll post those out so people can see them because if you're listening to it on the podcast, you don't really know what we're talking about. But I think they're worth it. A couple
I think-
$100, and it's all. I'm going to give it all to charity. It's not anything that I put in my pocket or something. I'll, do just like we did last time. Send you my Venmo, my Cash App,
Do you take Venmo?
whatever. I do take Venmo.
What's your Venmo? I'll Venmo you.
Sound like code, you know what I'm saying? What's your Venmo? That sounds weird.
What do you say?
I didn't.
No.
No.
I had to make sure I censor that out of the
We're
final
not
copy.
doing that.
Yeah. Hey, JT, I'm a little disappointed.
He knows I have to tip him. I guess I don't
JT,
have to.
I'm a little disappointed that when George introduced you tonight, you got a big round of applause. And when I got brought up, I didn't get anything.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
I didn't hear it. Apparently, I get crickets. Thank you.
There you go.
Ain't there a big V on Venmo?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. So I can tell everybody what it is because I don't really know either. All right. Me. I am George Teague 4. At George Teague.
Obviously, that's just what they gave to you when you.
Dash the number
It
4.
is. Yep. That's me. Got my picture on it too. You see me smiling. You see my little
That's
face.
your good-looking, smiling face.
Yeah. Come on in. If you guys want one.
All right.
$200 all in. If you're out of town, I'm gonna mail it to you. I'm gonna ask you for your bill.
Let's get that.
Ooh, I get a little extra over here. You give me a little extra. 2,000 looks good.
Hey,
I like
that'd be good to go right into the scholarship.
it.
Hey, Grady and Jackson, if you're listening, don't be concerned about a Todd in Texas donation right now.
I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be gone for a couple weeks, right? So we'll be back April 5th.
Yep.
Let me check you just so that we don't tell nobody
It's-
wrong.
No, it's April 5th, 2 days after the national championship.
Yes, and we actually have
Fifth.
Levi Wallace scheduled as for a makeup session.
Yep, and we did talk to him. He was very apologetic. He had a long day and he was stressed, and he just forgot about us like we do sometime. And he was very apologetic, and he reached out and said, "Hey, man, can we please reschedule?" So April 5, we'll have Levi Wallace on. We'll talk about his story a little bit, and by that time, he can give us some hot scoop on what's going on around the NFL too, without getting him in trouble.
Yeah.
You looking for my last phone numbers?
Yeah.
3630. So, JT, let's go ahead and get out of here, man. Call it a night. We do appreciate everything that you do, JT. Thank you, John. Thank everybody
Thank
for
you.
subscribing, for giving us likes, for doing all the things that we need to do to keep this show alive and just bring you content like this every other week right now. Please come out and visit the Lantern any day of the week that you can. Come out, watch some games, do some stuff. We've been talking to them about maybe hosting some Alabama stuff out here, doing some type of events and things of that nature. So it has been a great night. We do appreciate everyone for listening to the show. Download it if you're in the car. Check us out. Share it with everybody. We're going to see you guys in a couple weeks. Peace.